If the oxygen mask drops from the ceiling, you'll need this. No, it's not the stewardess or drink cart. Move the cobwebs over and find your brain in the clutter of chaos we call life. Think. Know you have the power over your mind. Power to ban the hopelessness you find in the kitchen, grocery store, or restaurant. Life's a journey of ups and downs, but the past is the past. Today is your day. Take a deep breath and look around. What do you see ahead? Is it the scale? Is it your skinny jeans? No, it's a smile upon your face, and that makes life worth living to its fullest. The next time you're frantically waiting for the oxygen mask to drop, remember it's a journey. Take a deep breath and soar.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, very
great,
cool.
really good. So it's funny, you know that she's tiptoeing the line of you had some of the pie in the sky, but then you start saying with you mentioned the supermarket, that would be cool. Supermarket. What else was it? The grocery store.
Grocery store, restaurants.
Grocery store, restaurants, right? And then you have the scale in there. So these are solid, tangible objects that tie us back into my daily life, so I can go, okay, that smile on my face, maybe she's not just some well-wisher type of deal. Maybe she could actually help me type of deal. But really good. So your objects, the objects that have in our brain shape, color, there's something that are familiar to us. They drew us back to earth so that it wasn't just pie in the sky stuff, you know. And I don't know, read like maybe 2 or 3 sentences in the middle right there.
Like life's a journey of ups and downs, with the past of the past.
Yeah, so
take a deep breath and look ahead.
Right, because what I was thinking was you don't have a ton of like crazy interesting verbs in there. Right? So that's why you have to use, if you're not going to have a ton of interesting verbs, you have to use those things with shape and color, names, places to bring us back down to reality. You know, so you're making lots of declarative statements. The only way to make those declarative statements real is if people feel like you're given an actual experience that happened, you know. So you saved it. It's good. It's good. And the only way to make sure that, you know, you can, you know, that's a balance that you're going to play. And you tiptoed into the land of good writing. Yeah. Good job.
It was very hard, though, to take. I wanted to I mean, I generally had way too broad of a topic. I just said, like, help tips to make someone's life better. And I was like, that's just way too broad. So I went kind of with the hopelessness type feeling that people feel with being on a diet. But it still had, I mean, it was still not as liberating as the first 2 exercises you had us doing.
Sure.
Of just, you know, creativeness. So
whatever you want to, yeah.
Right. So this was a lot
what
hard
might be
to feel creative with it.
So what might be liberating then is you narrowed from health tips to hopelessness. Then narrow it even further to a specific situation where someone would feel hopeless. And then you can write about that, and then suddenly, like, you can just explore that world of that specific situation, you know, and that specific situation will tie you in and keep it from kind of drifting off and being hard to understand. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Now, one of the things that Peter said that I want to drive home before we move on to our next presenter, shapes, colors, and the names of things familiar. When you name something extremely familiar to everyone, shapes, colors, and the names of familiar things, that causes a thing to be more experiential. It anchors it, it makes the reader connected to you, and it makes it seem less abstract. And so anytime you want to make a thing more experiential and you want to make it seem more real and more concrete, think of shapes, colors, and the names of things that people are familiar with.
Names of places,
yeah.
Too,
things that people can see in their mind.
Right.
They can see it in their mind, it's something familiar to them, and you name it, bam! Suddenly the abstract became very concrete.